Welcome to the top 5 worst Mega Evolutions in all of Pokemon TCG. Before we start, these are all Mega Evolutions, so even the worst one will be pretty good compared to basic Pokemon. That being said, I think we should be holding Mega Evolved Pokemon to a much higher standard, hence this list. Also, this list is my personal opinion. If your opinion is different, please feel free to comment down below and tell me what your pick for the worst Mega Evolution would be. With that in mind, let's start the list. Number 5 on this list is Primal Groudon EX. It's quite low on this list because it does have some uses, and potentially can do 200 points of damage. The problem is that it can only do 200 points of damage once when there is a stadium card, after which the stadium card is promptly destroyed, after which it can only do 100 points of damage. And if you want to do 200 points of damage again, you have to put on another stadium card, or your opponent has to. So it can only do 100 damage unless you do that. Compare that to Mega Mewtwo X, who has a similar effect, except its base damage is 150 instead of 100, so it can do 150 damage even without a stadium card. And the stadium card isn't destroyed, so it can keep doing 200 points of damage every turn. Compared to that, this card is just terrible. It's low on this list because it can be used to destroy your opponent's stadium cards, and that might come in handy once or twice in a duel, even if this card probably won't make you win the game. Number 4 on this list is Mega Rayquaza E X. Its attack is Emerald Break, and it does 30 damage times the amount of your benched Pokemon. Now in the current meta of the competitive Pokemon trading card scene, most decks only have about 8 to 12 Pokemon, so it's highly unlikely that you're gonna have a lot of benched Pokemon to take advantage of this attack. But let's say you do, and you filled your bench despite all odds. You can do a total of what, 150 damage? Mega Mewtwo X from before has that as a base damage with no other requirements. And not to mention, opponents can use Pokemon who do damage times their opponent's benched Pokemon to take advantage of your full bench to do massive damage back to you instead. Another Pokemon with a similar but completely different effect is Mega Mewtwo Y, who does 30 damage times the number of energy cards attached to both active Pokemon. Which means that if this card has enough energies to attack, that is 3, and Mega Mewtwo Y's 2 energy attack will already do more damage to this Pokemon with or without any other requirement. Number 3 on this list is Mega Absol E X. The reason why it's here is pretty simple. Its attack has a base damage of 80 and discards 1 card from the top of your opponent's deck. If that card is a trainer, then it does 80 more damage. And most of the time, unless your opponent's deck is filled with trainers, you're not going to discard trainers, which means that most of the time, with this Mega Evolved Pokemon, you'll only do 80 damage, which a lot of basic Pokemon can outdo. And in the best case scenario, it can only do 160 damage, which a lot of Pokemon can do every turn with certainty. Number 2 on this list is Mega Gengar E X. Now this is an extremely interesting card. It's only got one attack, like all Mega Evolutions, but its one attack is that it gets to choose any attack from your opponent's Pokemon and use it. Now the bad thing about this is that you don't get to control what attacks your opponent has, so you can be stuck doing 10 or 20 damage with your Pokemon that's technically Mega Evolved past its 3rd stage. I know it's a Pokemon EX and you've only evolved it once, but technically it is a 3rd stage evolution with a Mega Evolution on top of it, and it can only do whatever damage your opponent's Pokemon can do. The final nail in its coffin is that Zoroark's Break Evolution does pretty much the same thing, except it can only copy the opponent's active Pokemon's attacks for heaps less energy, in addition to carrying over all attacks of its pre-evolution, like all Break Pokemon, and your turn doesn't end as soon as you evolve it. Number 1 on this list is an easy choice, at least for me. Mega Houndoom Ix. It's so weak it makes me wonder if it's a Mega Evolution or a D-Evolution. Mega Houndoom EX has an attack with a base damage of 80 with the energy cost of 2 fire energies. It can go up to 160 damage, but you have to, get this, discard all fire energies attached to this Pokemon. Now a lot of fire Pokemon have discard an energy card to do massive damage sort of attacks, but the difference is that you can often discard non-fire energies. Even when you do have to discard fire energies, most of the time you only have to discard 1. So you can use that attack again next turn as long as you have a fire energy in your hand. So to do 160 damage, that a lot of Pokemon can do turn after turn, you have to discard both fire energies, which means that in the next turn you can't attack even if your hand is full of energies. On your second turn after your attack, if you want to do 160 damage again, you have to discard both fire energies again, leaving you completely vulnerable for 2 of your opponent's turns. Why was this card made this bad? Well guys, that's it for me. Again, this list is my opinion, and if you think that I missed any that are worse, Feel free to comment down below and tell me what I missed and why it's bad. If you enjoyed this list, I'll be uploading top 5 worst break evolutions in Pokemon TCG soon. I just don't like break evolutions, so that list should be good. So click that annotation on the screen or the link in the description to watch that video that I'll put up as soon as I upload that one. I've also uploaded the top 5 best Mega Evolutions in Pokemon TCG, so click that annotation or the link in the description to go watch that video. I've also uploaded a compilation of all Naruto games on Nintendo handhelds, so if you're interested in Naruto, if you want to check out that one, please go ahead. Also, I'll be uploading new videos like this soon, so feel free to leave a like, comment and or subscribe. If you have any suggestions for any videos that you'd like me to make, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below as well. See you soon. Bye!